Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Buenos dias. This is Jamie Irvin filling in today for our Alyssa Pinkleton. Hope all is well. Hope you all had a great 4th of July. I really hope y'all had some good barbecue. I'm just saying. I mean, if you're a vegetarian, I guess I hope you had some good broccoli or whatever. But I hope you enjoyed yourself. You ready to get started on another day of trading? So good morning to Keith Hawkins. Thanks for letting me know that you were in Think or Swim. Good morning to our listeners as well. We got the breaking news for today. U.S. economy added 206,000 jobs in June. Unemployment rate rises to 4.1%. For our pre-market, we had mostly green right now. So Dow futures is up slightly. S&P futures and Nas futures all up slightly. S&P 500 futures are a little change as investors await job data. So we can expect these numbers to switch on up at some point during the day, possibly. Mixed bag for Asia. Japan's Nikkei falters in a volatile session after crossing 41,000 mark to hit fresh all-time highs. So everything is mostly down except Kospi. Kospi is only one up, 1.32%. But ASX 200, Nikkei, HSI, and Shanghai are all down. Right? Europe all up. House building stocks pop as UK markets react to Labour election landslide. Amazing how all of this fits together. Last reported for us, Dow Jones down 0.06%. But everything else, S&P 500, NASDAQ, Russell 2K up. The VIX is currently down 0.16% at 12.24. Now, normally, when we see the VIX down, we'll see the rest of these being green. But since this is, the day after a holiday, we'll see what happens. It may or may not play a major role for us, but we will see. For our Forex Factory calendar, we had FOMC member William speaking at 5:40 a.m. But we got 3 red folders. 8:30, you got the average hourly earnings month over month, non-farm employment change, and unemployment rate. So those are our 3 red folders. 11 o'clock, we have the Fed monetary policy report. So I haven't, this is the most recent. I don't know. This hasn't been refreshed, so I was hoping to see these numbers right here. But we will take a look, see. We'll put a filter on here so we can just, this is investing.com. And we're going to see what went down for the United States of America and the extra information that we get. So you already know we got these, at 1 o'clock, we got those Hughes Baker oil rig count. And then all of the speculative net stuff that we get, which is at 2:30. It was like 3:30 at 3:30. So all of that is coming up. Mixture of 1 and 2 stars. The Fed's balance sheet, again, this is 4:30. Once we're out of the market, at 8:30, here we go. Now we got some more information filled in. We got 2 and 3 stars happening here. The average hourly earnings year over year for June, unchanged in terms of impact, or shall I say actual and forecast. The same for month over month, average hourly earnings, and the average weekly hours for June, unchanged. Government payrolls for June. This was a 1-star. So a couple of these were 1-stars over here, but we did have 2 and 3 stars, which makes sense given the other website. The only things that were really, I guess you could say, quote unquote, negative, manufacturing payrolls for June, which was a 1-star. The forecast was 6K, down 8K, but that matched the previous. You got your non-farm payrolls, 3 stars, which was a 206K that we saw a second ago. Sorry, that was 3 stars, 2 stars for the participation rate for June. And then private non-farm payrolls for June, 136K, which is way lower than forecast. U6 unemployment rate for June, 7.4%. That's 2 stars, as well as the unemployment rate, which is higher than what they wanted. That's 3 stars. 10 o'clock total vehicle sales is 1 star. 11 o'clock, this 3 stars is the Fed monetary policy report. And then at 1 o'clock is when we start that run. 2 stars for the Hughes oil Baker, or shall I say U.S. Baker Hughes oil rig count and the total rig count. And then these are the net speculative positions, 1 and 2 stars, as I said earlier. And the balance sheet is what gets us out. And we up out of there. We are up out of there. Good morning, Karen C. Good morning, Stacy Birmingham. And good morning, Janae. All right, so we got a little bit of stuff going on. It is not I don't expect a whole lot of volatility today, but we know how that is in terms of when I say volatility, in this case, I mean, I don't expect no giant swings like we might normally see. So today for earnings, JP Morgan Chase, Wells Fargo, Citi, Bank of New York Mellon, Fastenal, and Ericsson. We got going on. So the banks are starting to do their little thing. So we'll see what happens with that. If you are so inclined, the sector ETF XLF is the sector ETF for finance. That might be something to pay attention to since these are reporting. Over here, close this, and for Adam Mancini. On Tuesday, longs triggered in SPX at 55.46 on a textbook failed breakdown. 55.22 was macro target. We hit Wednesday. 55.36 was next up. Basing here for 48 hours. Protect profits. Post rally chop. Plan for 55.22 to 18. Support. Weaker support. It must hold to keep 55.35, 55.45, 55.56 plus live. So we got to hold 55.22 to 18 in order to go higher. If 55.18 fails, we sell to 5,500 first. So, you know what that means. I'm going to we're going to put this at 55.18. Do it that way. 55.18. All right. Some of these other ones can still stay there because of where they're located. This is Thinkorswim. Earlier, I couldn't get into Thinkorswim. So thank you for anybody else that also posted and said they can get in. Good morning, Ward. Hope all is well. We are going to remove this. And we got this. All right. So this is what's been going on over the past couple months and some change. SPX has been on a tear. We keep hitting these all-time highs. This is what it looks like on the monthly chart. I mean, again, I keep hearing people talk about, a recession that they're waiting for. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I can see a pullback, but a recession? Somebody's scared. It's bound to happen. Don't get me wrong, but come on. So this is what went down past month of some change. We got that run up. It is seriously trying to break through and make its way on up a little bit higher. Come on up a little bit higher. This is the 15-minute view of what happened on the last trading day. Again, nice run up. Once it got started, there was no gap up or anything like that. It just continued going higher, slowly but surely. If anybody has any tickers they want to look at, let's go ahead and drop those in. I know that I will be looking at Russell. We are having the it's just July, correct? Just 1 July. I hope I'm saying that right. Just 1 July challenge. Now, in my case, I'm just using the same just one stock ticker, but some people can also do just one trade per day if you're so inclined. But I am Janae renamed it Russette. She named Russell 2000 Russette because I needed a female name for Russell. So that is what I have been focusing on, as opposed to SPX, which I know some people do trade. This is what I see happening on the daily chart. The zones, the buyer zone and the seller zone, as we might call it, have gotten absolutely close together. So I know there are others that trade Russell, so I'm not the only one. If if you feel like SPX is too much of a rodeo bull ride for you, you might want to take a peek at Russell just to see if your nerves can handle it. Just letting you know that there's a possibility it might be an alternative. So this is what I have for right now. This is a buyer zone, leg in, base leg out here. This leg in, base leg out, even though I really don't like that middle leg right there. But this is in the seller zone. These zones are awfully close together. So depending on how you trade, which we know everybody trades differently, just be aware that those zones are close together, but it is sitting in a seller zone right now. And the sellers are rejecting right here. Seriously strong rejection. I'm making these lines dotted because it's in this zone right now. And I will be going up here for the next zone up. The next seller zone up. Yeah. So this would be leg in, base, leg out. So this stops about where this was right here. So this was the close. So we still got some movement, activity, et cetera, sitting in there. And I would even bring this down a little bit, just include these buyers in this zone as well. All right. We got JP Morgan, and Wells Fargo, which are the banks we were talking about earlier. Let's take a look at them real quick. I haven't looked at any banks recently. Let's look at the monthly first. So this is on the run, a nice run, heading up. I'm just gonna put one blue line in here for monthly because it hasn't really created a whole bunch more turning points. So I'll put that one in there, but this is a nice little chair formation right here. Leg in, base, leg out. So it is doing its thing right now. We have a couple. I like this buyer zone right here as one to look at for when it comes and pulls back. This may be a stopping point for it, 185.79. But it has broken through its last high, definitely. There's another one of those strong turning points on the daily chart. Gonna mark that as well. So I'm just looking at where price turned around in the past here, and this is, I would say, if I'm looking at this, I'm only looking at it for a put credit spread. That's just me though, not investment advice, but I like this as a buyer zone, leg in. You put these three in the base, leg out, or I guess this is considered a gap up. But I kind of like this one better. But either way, this is a nice leg out right here. So up here, this has a leg in base, two in the base, leg out formation as well. But I'm gonna be honest with you, since it's earnings, I wouldn't be comfortable with being up here in terms of a call credit spread. Because what we're looking at right now is before market open, and we never know what can happen once it gets started. So I wouldn't bank on these. I wouldn't bank on these numbers. I wasn't even trying to do that as a pun. It just happened like that. So I would be careful, I would say. But I'm thinking I'll be looking down here. Let's see what 205 is looking like. For today. Again, this might change once market opens, but on the 2.5 spread, I see 17 cent. Now for me, for 2.5 spread, I prefer 0.25 at least 10%. But again, you can always increase this if you so chose. And again, like I said, the market hasn't opened yet, so this still might be of some if this drops down or whatever, and you think it might be turning around once it gets here, give the market a little bit of time to settle, and boom, I would be down here somewhere. There are plenty of people who would look at this rejection up here and then just assume that there's sellers up here and would, possibly go up above it. I'm not one of those people that's interested in making those type of assumptions but I do understand where they're coming from with it. Let's see here. So this will be about, yeah, you have to be right here at 210, 9 cents right now. Good. So if you are, now this is assuming that you want to have an expiration for today. I'm usually looking at expiration for today. In this case, just because I know that some people trade earnings. So if you want to check out the premiums and see if you can get better premiums on a week out, you can flip that around and go 198, less than 198. So that's 208.69 minus this volatility here for 10, 23 cents, which is closer to what I would do. I'll probably just increase that to 0.25 and change that to good till cancel, and put that one in once the market settles a little bit. And then I see 215 up here, 215 as so you get a little bit more premium. It is closer to that number in the sell zone, but I see 79% out the money. So I'm definitely comfortable with that. So I look for especially in these holiday situations, I look for the expiration for the nearest Friday. In most situations, I look for the nearest Friday, but I also, look for the subsequent week if I'm looking for better premiums. The premiums for JP Morgan for today, at least before market open, are not horrible. It's just that it's not high enough on what I'm looking at right now. So, Lisa Henry, good morning. And let's see here. I see Wells Fargo. Do not be surprised if these look similar. Let me switch this to. All right. It's the monthly chart we're looking at right here. And I'm just going to mark the swing points. Mark 2 of them. I see one here and one up here. So it looks like it's fighting its way through this one. These were some strong seller zones before. And put the smack down on them. The last time it came through there. So I'll bring this one down to here. See what the weekly's saying. Nice. All right. I see right here this weekly swing point right here. And I'm marking these swing points because those are strong price changes. It hit something and came down this way. And I'm okay with putting this here somewhere. So I see that bouncing in between this weekly zone right here. You can count this as a run up starting from down here, or you can even do here. Say this is the pole, and this might be a double top forming or something like that on the weekly. There's a gap right here. So if you're trading this, be aware of the gap. because the gap can be your friend. It can provide support and resistance, depending on where it is. Right? So we have a gap here. I like to mark the gaps first because I'm starting to find that when I mark the gaps, it'll show me a formation. Leg in, 2 in the base, leg out. So I saw the gap first and then saw the formation. Not to say that that's how you have to do it, but marking the gap has helped me out tremendously. Here's the seller zone up here. Even though I don't necessarily like the leg in here, but leg in, base, leg out. I do know people who would do leg in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 in the base and the leg out right there as well. Nah, I wouldn't be happy with it, but I'm going to mark it because I know people will mark it. And it is in that zone, so I'm going to just mark it as green for our purposes here. Just green. Just saying that it is in this zone. So if this is a chair, this will be a chair formation that was marked. It has come into this zone, seller zone right now. And it looks like it's got a little indecision happening. So there's a couple ways to play this, depending on what your temperament is. I've seen 2 things happen with this one. Above, what is that? 62. Let's look at above 62. I'm going to look at this week and then I'm going to look at next week. Above 62, 0 premiums. No premiums. And you're probably not going to get any premiums down here either. For this one now, I don't know what the AT, yeah, $1.19. So the premiums, the average shoe range for Wells Fargo, it doesn't do a lot of moving anyway. So I'm going to round this up to 3, this volatility. So we'll go 50, 57. We'll start looking at about 57. So 58 is 79% out the money on Wells Fargo for July 12th expiration. And this is a 1 spread, which is $100 collateral, 15 cents. 15 cents. So that's more than 10%. So that's one that I would definitely be looking at to put in. And then here for 63. $0.19. So you figure if you got into both of those trades, 15, 19, what's that, 34? You'd be looking at collecting 34 on a 100 spread, on a one spread, which is $100. It's not a bad look, Chief. I'm just saying. It's not a bad look at all. Now, of course, again, these numbers will change once the market opens. But just looking at it from this standpoint, that looks all right. If you are going for July 12th, right? I saw XLC. Let's take a look at XLC. This is communication. It has broken past the recent high as well. And fighting with it right about there. It's definitely in a boxing match. Trying to figure out what it wants to do. I'll put those about right there. For right now, I don't even need to do a bunch of lines. So this is at highs, or what is referred to as all-time highs. If I was looking at it, I would be put credit spread on it as well. And I would be looking under 82 for a couple of reasons. This swing point right here looks like a stronger swing point. Even though it went through here, I'll be looking to be, I see buyers right here anyway. So I'll be looking under 82. Let's see what the daily is looking like. There's probably 97, 85. At least we can see what's going on in the seller zone. So this is in the seller zone on the daily. Right here. And I'm gonna do a regular line for this. So let's do, we will do this one a different color. And so that's the zone that it's in. Leg in, put it up a little bit. Leg in, base, leg out. That's what I have right there. So it is in the seller zone. Regardless, what I can see somebody doing is probably leg in, 2 in the base, leg out for a chair. I've seen that done before on this type of formation. Overall, I'm not a fan of all of this, but you got to take what it gives you, because I'll be more inclined to go to weekly or the 4-hour to see if there's something that's kind of clearer in that regard. Something like this. This is 85. This will be leg in, 2 in the base, leg out. I'll be looking at, whether or not this 4-hour would be. I like the stronger, more visible formations, but we can also investigate, see what we this is communication. So let's see. Nope and nope for premiums here. July 5th, July 12th. Here's what we got. Actually, I don't know what's going on with this, because I see nothing in the bids for the put side. Oh, there's no bids at all on either side. Okay. So I'm not sure what this is all about. For the 12th, there might be something to do with, I don't know if it has something to do with post-holiday or what, but yeah, all of these are off. So this would be something that I would say you have to wait until the market opens to see what your numbers would be. But as of right now, I'll be looking at about 83 at the bottom, and 80. I would start investigating at 90 to see what could happen. That's what I would do there. I thought we had something else. Give me 1 second. If you were in the membership, we will be having a Zoom on this Saturday. Actually, let me move this over here. We got we'll be looking at charting and the platforms, question and answers at 11 o'clock. So if you have questions with about charting, Thinkorswim or Tasty Trade, join us 11 o'clock. That's for our membership group. And I thought there was one more thing, but I don't see it in the immediate. I thought there was we have our calendar that we have to show our monthly activities. If you're interested in joining us, our membership, you can go to educatortotrader.com. Swing on by there. Trading is one of those things where it helps to have a community of people to have those experience with. So let me run this by you real quick before we bounce out of here. You can go here to join the community, but also we got the products that are available. The chart your way to 100K is available on this site as well. You can grab that. And when you go to the site, you got a nice list of descriptions letting you know what is part of the package, right? So if you have any questions, obviously you can always come here and ask, but we got the options 411, the road to vertical spreads, got the vertical spreads training. To be honest, I would highly encourage you to get both of these. I mean, if you have those two, you got a great start. You got the vertical debit spreads as well. And the wheel strategy is available. And then you have a vertical spreads bundle. All right. Got the SPX spreads for weekly, daily, and weekly profits. Then you have an option sellers bundle, which is, I mean, you got a lot to choose from. PDT hack ebook. That PDT hack is my favorite strategy as of right now. So, but you can also learn how to create a trading plan as well. So there's enough to get started for anybody, regardless of where you are in your trading journey. The cash secure puts and the cover calls, those two can work together. I don't do a lot of shorting at all, but I have taken this course as well. So I would highly encourage you to go through there, look and see what areas you might want to get stronger in or learn more about. That's educatortotrader.com. So please do swing by there and take a look, see. All right. So I don't see any more tickers. So we can do our thing. Our E2T daily declaration by faith. I'm a successful trader. I'm a wise and knowledgeable trader. I make smart and lucrative decisions for my portfolios. Money likes me because money is comfortable around me. It is drawn to me. E2T daily prayer. Lord, give us wisdom and knowledge for our trades today. Help us to make smart and lucrative decisions for our portfolios. All right, everybody. I want you to stay green, get this money, and make sure you have a prosperous Friday. Again, there may not be too much volatility happening, but let me give you what we got for the pre-market as of right now. Dow futures is up 0.05%. S&P futures is unchanged. And NAS futures is up 0.04%. The VIX is up slightly. It is at 12.32. So that's something to keep in mind, all right? As always, trade with your head on a swivel. And until next time, we will see you later. You all have a good one, and we are here if you need us.